I thought my husband was cheating, but it was so much worse. It all started 8 months ago when Derek stopped touching me. He claimed his back hurt and started sleeping on the couch. I didn't react, but then his phone was suddenly always face down with a new password. Suddenly I found receipts for expensive steakhouse dinners during his supposed work meetings, which was rich considering he'd been between jobs for 2 years while I worked 60-hour weeks as a marketing director. I kept quiet though. I bought him that new PlayStation he wanted and those golf clubs he'd been eyeing. I cooked his favorite meals and kept myself looking nice. I thought if I tried harder, he'd remember why he married me. The breaking point came when I finally asked if he was having an affair. He looked at me with such disgust and said, "You're pathetic. No wonder I can't stand to be near you anymore." I mentioned the receipts and he rolled his eyes. Those were networking dinners. You're so paranoid. That night I reached for him in bed and he physically recoiled. Stop being so desperate. It's disgusting. Later I heard him on the phone laughing with someone. She actually thinks I'm cheating. If only she knew. I started checking our joint bank account that I funded entirely. Thousands were missing. I began seeing a therapist without telling him, paying cash so he wouldn't see it on our statements. But Derek found Dr. Martinez's business card in my purse. At our friend's dinner party that weekend, he announced to everyone that I was so broken I needed a shrink now. Our friends started treating me differently, pitying looks and awkward silences. His sister pulled me aside and said, "Maybe you should try harder. Men have needs." The irony burned. I was paying for everything including his BMW maintenance while being told I wasn't doing enough. Then his mother called with her prepared speech about wifely duties. In my day we kept our men satisfied. Maybe if you weren't so focused on that career of yours, no wonder he feels emasculated with you flaunting your success. His family group chat became hostile. They called me a workaholic who neglected her husband. I discovered Derek had been feeding them information about my salary, my work schedule, even my therapy appointments. His mother actually showed up at my therapist's office to talk sense into me. She said Derek told them I'd been refusing him for months and holding money over his head. She suggested I add him to the house deed to make him feel like an equal partner. Dr. Martinez became my lifeline. She validated my reality and pointed out the pattern of financial abuse. I was literally funding my own destruction. She encouraged me to document everything. I started keeping a journal hidden in my car. I joined an online sport group under a fake name and found other women with similar stories. I opened a separate bank account and started planning my exit. Then Derek found my journal. He said he was checking my car's oil, but I knew better. He photographed specific pages and posted them on Facebook, tagging my family and coworkers. He'd carefully selected the darkest entries where I described feeling crazy and mentioned divorce. The comments poured in calling me ungrateful and unstable. My boss called concerned about my mental state. My own sister said I should be grateful to have a husband who put up with me. That's when I found his laptop open on the kitchen counter. There was a folder labeled evidence. Inside were edited text conversations, recordings of our arguments taken out of context, and photos of a messy house with empty wine bottles I'd never seen before. The final document was from a divorce attorney. He wasn't having an affair. He'd been building a case to take everything in a divorce. The house I paid for, my savings, even alimony. His plan was to paint me as an unstable breadwinner who neglected him, claiming he sacrificed his career for mine. All those missing thousands from our account had gone to attorney fees. I sat there staring at the screen as everything clicked into place. The systematic destruction of my credibility. The way he'd turned everyone against me. He wanted to destroy me and take everything I'd worked for. But here's the thing about keeping receipts. I'd kept them too. Every purchase I made for him, every transfer, every payment, 2 years of bank statements showing I'd funded our entire life while he played golf. Called my own attorney the next day. Turns out documentation works both ways. I'm actually relieved he wants a divorce, I told her. The difference is I have real evidence. Bank statements don't lie. She smiled and said the case looked strong. Derek doesn't know yet that I found his folder. He's still playing the concerned husband on social media while I quietly prepare for war. He thinks he's been so clever, but he forgot one thing. I didn't become a director by being weak, and I can afford a much better attorney than he can. Full story on channel, linked below.